Welcome to my YouTube channel, Rise with B, the channel that you didn't know that you needed to expand to your higher self and become the person that you want to be. Welcome back, and today got some new scenery here today for you. So it's been a minute since I've been here, and I'm still working on my consistency, working on my format, on exactly what I want to do with this channel. There's so many ideas. Sometimes when you get a plethora of ideas, sometimes you have a tendency to not move at all because you get stuck in the indecisiveness of what to do. But I'm no longer going to let that be my story. So what I wanted to do today is come on here and just talk about a few things that have been happening with me. There's a video that I have not released yet that I am planning to put in motion, and if for whatever reason the video has posted and I'm referring to it, it is a video in regards to the revelation that I have about the fact that I need to trust God, I need to trust the universe, I need to trust in the universal laws. Because let me tell you, so many things have happened where I have gotten all the confirmations, and you would think that I would have all the confirmations that I need in order to just like continue to be like, hey, there's not a shadow of a doubt, that I'm going to, something that I am thinking of, something that I'm imagining and believing for is going to come to pass. But hey, I know I'm human, but it has just been amazing how much back up I have been receiving. But before I get into that, what I wanted to talk about is just some of the basics, and some of the things that I'm probably going to highlight that are going to be the basics in the whole, what they call the manifestation techniques. Sorry, trying to still get myself settled here. So I'm sure you've heard of how they say, or who is they? That's my question. Who is they? Anyway, so what some of the steps that we find what are you talking about? So a lot of times I'm probably going to be making fun of my own self because I'm like, what in the world? The tongue and everything just starts like, just crazy things start happening. Anyway, so there are manifestation techniques, and in order to apply those techniques, right, you have to know like the basics of it. And so the basic is always ask for what you want, right? If you don't ask, how can you receive something? How would you know that you even have received it if you have not asked for it? So the number one, the very first step, I would say, and many other people would say, is to ask for what it is that you desire. Now, in asking for what you want, you can hone in on all the details of exactly how you want to see it, or you can be very general. Now, going very specific in it and going general depends on the emotion that you have behind it. If you feel like putting a lot of detail behind what it is that you desire and it makes you feel some type of way that is not feeling good, then you may want to back off on that desire and just go to something very general in your thought. I'm not telling you to give up on what it is that you want. What I'm saying is, if it makes you feel pressure, or you can't see the vision because you're trying to put in so many details, just back up from it and just do less details. It's okay. You never can get it wrong. There's nothing serious as Abe Abraham Hicks would say, there's nothing serious going on, and it's okay. Things are always going to work out for you, no matter what. So whether you have it completely detailed or if you do not, it's going to be okay. It does help when you start to visualize and desire something and you see it clearly, right? However, it is okay to go general on some of your desires. Now, number two is when you figure out what it is that you desire and what you want, there is not only are you making it known what you want to the universe, to God, you have to see yourself and feel it, whatever it is that you're desiring. So again, a lot of stuff that I have been studying has been from Neville Goddard, from Abraham Hicks, several people, right? And the consensus across the board is that whatever it is that you desire, to have it, you need to become one with it. And that means that your state of being, right? Whatever state of being you are at is what you see in your life. Your state of being is reflected back to you. And in believing that and understanding that, if you're desiring, like right now, I think I have like a, I don't know if you can, it can. I have like several cars like going across the street that seem like it's really loud. But anyway, so one of the things that I just want to emphasize to you, that if you have a desire for something, just know that it's already done. And that's one of the things that Abraham Hicks talks about, that in your vortex, your inner being has already become that which you desire. And the reason for that is because creation is done. Everything is already done. And so in order to see that manifestation or see whatever it is that you're desiring, you have to match up with the frequency of it. One, in understanding that, is to know that it's already done. That is crucial, to understand that it's already done. If you don't get that, then you will probably never see or understand how your manifestations are right in your own existence, because they are. There's nothing outside of you. There's nothing that you have to do or go and get. The manifestations are within. And when you can line up your mental, your mind with what it is that you desire, things will you'll start to see it in your life. You'll see it in 3D, what they call 3D, what you see in your life. Everything that you see in 3D, what you see with your physical eyes, what you see, again, what Abraham may term as what is something that is already manifested. It's old news. So trying to change something that is old news is not the smartest thing to do. The way to change what you are seeing and what is in your view is to go within. Change what's within. You change with what is within. You see you see the changes on the outside. Again, your internal is reflected back to you on the outside, and that's with everything. And I really want to get into more of that because it is so interesting. I think it's just the most phenomenal thing. Just understanding so much of this stuff has really changed my life for the better. And again, if you haven't heard of Abraham Hicks or any like Neville Goddard and Joe Dispenza. There's so many people who have studied this information, and the testimonies and the information that they have on it is just phenomenal, right? So I would suggest just reading something. You'll be so amazed at just all the things that you can learn. So, I'm digressing from my points here. The third thing is, do not put limitations on how what you've asked for can come to pass. So that means letting go of how you think it should come. So one of the things that you will have to understand is that when you ask for something, it has already been completed. It's already done. And so your inner being is like your guidance system. Just like we have those maps, like Google Maps that takes us to our destination. And when we get off course, all it does is reroute. It doesn't say that we're lost and forget you and we can't get you where you're trying to go. It simply reroutes you. And that's what your higher being, your inner self, is doing on a daily when you're going off track. You're rerouting, and it's okay. There's nothing that you've done wrong. There's nothing, there's no reason to give up. It's always working in your favor. Like that should be like a number one saying that you have, that everything works out for your good, because it does. Everything is always working out for you. It's never any circumstance or anything that you see, either one, if you're labeling it and you're exhibiting any type of fear from it, it's because of your definition on it. But the one thing that you can do is reverse that feeling by changing how you're perceiving that particular event or circumstance. Everything is always working out for you. Look at every opportunity, even something that you might feel like is negative. You will see that you can just change your state of mind, your state of being, and view it as something that is positive for you. Okay, so those were the 3 points that I wanted to go over. The first one being that you have to get clear on what it is that you want, because understanding what you want, being clear about that, helps you set intentions to get what you desire. In that, like I said before, if it's not something that you know 100% how you want it to come about, it's okay. Just rest and start getting into the feeling of what it is that you're desiring. Number 2, see and feel what it's like. In order for something to come about for you, you have to know the reason why you're asking for it is because whatever it is that you're looking for is going to give you a particular feeling. So it's not necessarily that you're after that particular thing. It is actually the feeling that you're more than likely after. I won't even say more than likely. It is. Whatever it is that you are looking to obtain, it is because there is a certain feeling associated with it. And when you can tap into that feeling that you're looking for, when you can identify that, then you got a sure, clear pathway to get to what it is that you desire. Because the feeling definitely is a secret. A book you should definitely read by Neville Goddard. It's a very short book, but very, very powerful. Anyway, so the feeling of whatever it is that you're desiring is like your pathway to where you're trying to go. And then the last thing is, don't put a limitation on how it can come about and how you're going to receive it, because when you let go, you allow God, you allow the universe to bring it to you. However, you may be open to receiving it, right? So, one thing I'm not sure if I mention this, but when you let go of whatever it is that you're desiring, because when you really think about it, everything that you're asking for is already within you. You're just not allowing it. You have limitations. You have beliefs in the way that you think are blocking you from it or are not allowing you to receive it. But honestly, every single thing that you could want or desire is already within you. And it takes some time to sit down and reprogram some of these beliefs that we have probably have for all of our lives. When you start to realize that a lot of the beliefs are very bogus, there's nothing that anybody can do to you, there's no harm that anyone can do to you. People, what they think of you, what they may say about you, none of that stuff can hurt you because you're going to be okay no matter what. So I really want you to hone into that and understand that there is nothing that you can get that's outside of you. Everything is internal. And once you really start to hone in how significant it is, your mental space and what you're thinking, the beliefs that you have, there is really nothing that you cannot be, do, or have, because it is all in here. It's all in here. It's all in imagination. It's all within you. It's already done, and it's just waiting to unfold once you start to release those beliefs that do not serve you. So I hope that this video has been very helpful to you. Continuing on, I will definitely just go into more principles and more things that will help you to release the limiting beliefs, the things that are that feel like they're somewhat hindering you from getting the things that you desire. I'm also going to come back with more examples of how I have released a lot of beliefs and things have, definitely been happening to me, which is why I'm even here on this channel sharing things with you, because I know that it is so true how much I have been just blessed and loved by God. It's just amazing. And I'm here and I'm so glad to be here to be able to share it. So until next time, I'll see you. Thanks. Bye.